I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and much love and salutations to the brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. In season, out of season. This is just a quick impromptu video. Job 23 and 3. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. It says, Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment? So yeah, Esau doesn't know that his time is short, man. Alright, because the Mosai, every kingdom what came to power, the Mosai established that, and all these great kingdoms, and every single great kingdom, they always try to have a new world order, so to speak, where they join where every nation is unified, man. That's why when you read Job 11 about the Tower of Babel, the Most High confounded the people, man, because he wasn't for that. Let me get that. The Most High is not for all nations being together, man. Alright. This is Job 11 and 6. Alright, start from 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. Alright. Because prior to the flood, everybody spoke Hebrew. That was the common language what we all spoke. Alright. That's the language what Adam spoke, okay? Ancient Hebrew, as what is called today, okay? That was the modern day language. That's where all languages derive from, in some shape or form. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. The land of Shinar would be modern day Iraq. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime they had for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth. Because prior to the flood, the Mosai, the flood, it destroyed all nations, man. So what they're trying to do, they try to make a great city, and they actually try to make a tower where where if the Mosai was to flood the earth again, that they wouldn't be destroyed, man. See how proud these devils are, or these heathen were, but the Mosai confounded them in a different way. It says they said, Go to, let us build us a city and tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they all have one language. And this will they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. And that's what they're trying to do with this whole modern day modern day Tower of Babel, man, or New World Order. That's what they're trying to do by having unity amongst all these different nations, by having the United Nations and all these summits what they have every year with different countries and stuff, meeting and having discussions about world trade, globalization, and all that, ways how they could control the masses. And the main thing what they want to do is have the microchip implanted in everybody and have control over people, man, making people modern day just slaves, man, modern day robots, man, where they could off your switch anytime, man. They could take you out anytime if you don't follow their orders, man. And they could monitor your your location at all times. So it's all for control, because they want to be the Most High, but the Most High is going to confound that plan, you know. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they all have one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of the whole earth, and they left off to build a city. So you know, the Most High confounded their language. So that proves that the Most High is a separatist. The Lord, He only chose one nation of people. There's only one nation of people that the Most High chose, man. He's not dealing with these other nations. Alright? The Lord, He only chose the nation of Israel. That's the only people who He's dealing with. The only nation. But right, He's not even dealing with the whole nation of Israel. He's only, right now, He's dealing with the elect. You know? The rest of our people will come back in the kingdom, man. You know? Then it says, therefore is the name of it called Babel, which means confusion. You know, and we're living in modern day Babylon, man. You know, America is modern day Babylon. How can you prove it? Let's get the scripture. I get the scripture. After this verse, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So let's get Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47:1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, for there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man. Alright? And how is America the virgin daughter of Babylon? Because of the the custom as to what they keep. You know, like on the dollar bill, they have the pyramids and stuff, which goes back to ancient Egypt. They have the all-seeing eye of Horus, alright, which just goes back to Tammuz and all that. You know, when you go into the Babylonian mythology, because all that Egyptian god shit comes out of Babylon, you know, and that's what these people worship. You know, Christmas, the whole Christmas tree, which is just supposed to represent a Nimrod. You know, like a phallic symbol dedicated to Nimrod. You know, and many other things, man. Many customs, even certain cities. What's in America is named after Babylon. You know. So it's like that's how you prove it there. You know, that's America's modern day Babylon. Alright. It says then if you go in Revelations and stuff, where it talks about the destruction, you know, of this talks about destruction, or it says thou shalt be called no more. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. That's in Revelations also, right? So yeah, that's in the scriptures also, in Revelations. So you know, so like this scripture links up with many scriptures in Revelation. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg and uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will meet thee as a man. So yeah, that's what's coming on. That's what we're coming up to right now. That's why a lot of things is getting exposed in the media, in the news, and you know, the Most High is bringing a lot of judgment to pass, man. But ultimate judgment is going to be the Third World War. You know, where all nations are going to gather in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in modern day Iraq. You know, ancient Babylon, and you know, Saudi Arabia, the whole Fertile Crescent region, man, where everything began. So the Most High is gonna, gather all the armies of the world there, and they're gonna fight, and they're gonna shoot missiles upon one another, and America's gonna be completely destroyed. It says, "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy, upon the ancient hast thou heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it." Yeah, because you guys think that you never will be destroyed, but the Most High has something up his sleeve for you people, man. He's destroying you guys, the infrastructure of this society, and many other ways. The infrastructure, the morals is totally destroyed. The family structure, and many other things, man. It says, "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me." Yeah, because according to them, they say America is the greatest country on earth, which it is right now, because that's the kingdom what's exalted right now, and that's going to be destroyed forever, man. They're the most proud, man. It says, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Yeah, they think that there's not going to be no war. They think that they're not gonna be touched, man. Because this country hasn't experienced no real outside war from foreign countries where they're fighting real a serious war, man. And it says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee, that thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." So yeah, the Most High is gonna destroy this place completely, man. And how is this place gonna be destroyed? By thermonuclear fire, man. By the Smith, which is mentioned in Isaiah 54. By that nuclear weapon which was created ultimately for your own destruction, man. It says, "Stand now with thine enchantments, and with thy multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail." Yeah, you guys aren't gonna prevail with your sorceries and witchcraft. Right now, you guys are calling upon all these demons and stuff for spiritual, for advice as to how to try fix certain things. But yeah, you guys can't fix what's gonna happen. You guys are ultimately gonna be destroyed, man. There's no running, man. There's no way around it. You just have to. There's gonna come a time where you're gonna call upon those demons, and they're not even gonna appear to you, man. They're not gonna answer, Or if they do, they're just gonna deceive you, man. Which they're just deceiving you guys right now. "Thou shalt be wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and the stargazers and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come up upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble in the fire. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. They shall be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even with thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, and none shall save thee, man. That's right. So yeah, man, you guys are gonna be destroyed, man. You know, you elites and so on. You guys are gonna be the first captives, man. The first ones enslaved, because you guys have all these deep underground military bunkers and all that stuff, where you could go and you're sheltered from like nuclear fallout and stuff, and all kind. You guys, you know, even some of these houses, what they live in is like nuclear proof, where they have like they have like glass and stuff, wood, or certain insulations where it actually protects them from like any nuclear destruction, man. You know, they have they have many things, man. You know, they plan on going to the NASA space station and shit to try escape from the nuclear destruction. Yeah, but the angels are just gonna round you up anywhere where you dwell, man. If you go into the holes, the caves of the earth. I'm just paraphrasing this. This in Amos, you know, because you guys are gonna try to go into the, you know, deep in the earth, you know, and the but the Most High is gonna snatch your ass up, you know. You get that. Because the scripture says to prove all things, right? So I'm just gonna get that in the holes. It's in Amos, I think 5. Amos, I believe it's 5. This is just an impromptu video. It's Amos 5. No, it's in Amos, Carmel. Yeah, Amos 9:3. It says, I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. You know, that's talking about this nuclear destruction, man. You know, and this word is cutting you guys to the heart, man. You know, it's cutting the elites to the heart. You know, it's cutting the elites mainly to the heart, and it's cutting our, you know, like this word, it cuts our people too, man. You know, it says, though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Yeah, that's Leviathan, man. So yeah, the Most High has, so anything what you guys try to do to escape this judgment, the Most High has a trap for you, man, set. So you know, there's no escape, man. So with that, I'd like to say shalom, and all praises to Yahweh Hashem Ashai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. You know, peace and blessings to the to the true men out there teaching the word in truth and sincerity. You know, not wavering or altering the doctrine. And you know, Kwam Yasha Allah. Shalom.